Hi, I'm Sarika Benjamin and welcome back to my channel Benji's Home Cooking. Today we'll be making rich and dark chocolate cookies, also known as midnight cookies, just for the fact that they are really so rich, dark and chocolatey. It's made with very simple ingredients. To make the cookies, we need 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour or maida. We have taken half a cup of good quality dark cocoa powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 100 grams or half a cup of salted butter. To start the recipe, we will first sieve the flour, the cocoa powder and soda. This is just to ensure that there are no lumps in our flour and it gets easily incorporated when we are making our cookie dough. Once we sieve all the flour, we will take butter in a bowl. I have taken salted butter because I think it gives a beautiful taste to the cookies. Add sugar to it and we will beat it. In case you are using unsalted butter, don't forget to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but salted butter gives the best taste. So once the mixture is nice and creamy, we will add vanilla essence and egg. If you are using a hand whisk, you will have to beat it for a little longer. Since I'm using a hand blender, this is relatively easier and faster. But even if you're using the hand whisk, it's all worth it. The effort that you will take or the little extra time that you will spend, it is worth it. Make sure that the egg mixes well with the sugar and butter mixture, and it gets a little thick when well incorporated, and this is the stage that we want it to be at. Once well mixed, we will add the flour and the cocoa powder and gently mix it into the creamed mixture. We don't want to overmix it, we just want to ensure that the entire flour mixture gets incorporated well into this creamed butter and sugar. This cookie dough is a bit sticky. It does not come together like our chapati atta or our puri dough. This is sticky, you can see, but the flour is well mixed and this is exactly how we want it to be. So don't get nervous if it sticks to your hand. It's absolutely fine. We will start rolling the cookie. I have already placed a baking sheet on a tray and I'm moistening my hands with a little bit of water just to ensure that I'm able to roll the cookies well without sticking onto my hands. Just take lemon sized balls and roll it the way I have done and place it on a baking tray with a baking sheet or a parchment paper. You can see that it doesn't stick much. You're able to roll it easily. After every time you roll the cookie, wet your hands a bit. Make sure the water does not enter the dough, but it just wets your hand enough to keep the cookie dough from sticking onto your fingers. Likewise, you can keep pinching the dough little by little, lemon-sized balls, and roll them and keep them about 2 inches apart because our cookies are going to spread when they bake and we don't want them to stick to each other. You can also roll the cookies by gently rolling them between your 2 palms, not to put a lot of pressure but gently, and this gives a even surface, so you can use this method as well. With this method of rolling, I've got about 19 cookies here, but sizes can vary according to how much dough you're pinching. This is approximately 19. I have heated my oven for 10 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade and baked the cookies for 12 minutes. And after 12 minutes, you can see how they have baked beautifully. They have spread and still there's enough space. Our cookies are not sticking. You will see that the corners of the cookie are well and nice and crisp and the center is still soft. That's how we want our cookies to be, not overcooked and not very crispy. They need to be a little soft at the center. Now, to decorate our cookies, I have taken a little bit of chocolate into a bowl and microwaved it for about 30 seconds, checking it after every 10 seconds and stirring it so that it doesn't burn. Now this is an optional thing. I have just done it to give an extra touch to the cookies. You don't need to do it. You can enjoy the cookies as it is. I've taken a disposable piping bag and I'm going to add all the melted chocolate into it. Please feel free to skip this step if you don't have the chocolate or you don't want to ice your cookies. They taste just equally good without any icing, but this is just a fancy touch to our cookies, you know. So after filling it in the piping bag, I'm going to just cut off the corner of the cone and drizzle it on the cookies. Only half of my cookies I'm going to frost it or ice it with this chocolate. You can even use, this is cooking chocolate that I have used, but feel free to use any chocolate that you can, plain milk chocolate that you get in the market, you know, the dairy milk chocolate that melts equally well, and just pipe it on the cookies and they look beautiful. This is just you know, an additional touch to make the cookies look fancy, but believe me, they are equally tasty without it. So I hope you have enjoyed these cookies and you will try them at home. Very simple ingredients, easy to make, but I can guarantee you if you follow the recipe just as it is, that it's a no miss recipe. Let me show you how the cookies look. They are nice and soft in the center. You can see you can break them easily into two, but the side is nice and crisp. The aroma is amazing. They are so chocolatey and so rich. You can eat it with a glass of milk. You can enjoy it with some ice cream. You can just crumble the cookie on an ice cream, and I'm sure you will enjoy this recipe.